Why? Why was I told that I will no longer fill the role as a kindergarten teacher in my community, in the community I love? I am not perfect, but I have improved. 2013 has produced the most academically successful group of students so far. This is my 4th year of teaching in DPS under an extra year of probation with the understanding that I could be granted probationary status, which you know is tenure, if I showed improvement in the 2012-2013 school year. So student growth going from above 85% in reading, 75% in writing, and 85% in math last year to 98% in both reading and writing, and 95% in math. Yet was that data evaluated? Only after I was non-renewed and labeled as a do-not-rehire. Instead of a secure, hard-earned position as a tenured teacher, I received a sharp stab in the back. I not only had my contract terminated at that school, but I was told I could not work for the district in any capacity at all. By placing a do-not-rehire star on my teaching record, I have been completely shut out for the most ambiguously vague reason they could come up with. We didn't see what we were looking for. A complicated story to explain to the unemployment office. The truth is, because one of the personal preferences of one individual, not the parents, not the students, one principal, I am jobless. But I am not voiceless. I am here today to shed some light on those people who have let the power of authority go to their heads because they themselves are not held accountable. They make decisions that ruin the health and professional livelihoods of hard-working, effective teachers based on their personal preferences, not solid evidence. And unfortunately for me, this one individual holds a very important key to me finding another position here in Denver, where I live. She is my last employer, my immediate supervisor. Who knows what she will say to my prospective employers? The detachment of administration is sickening. These principals are banking on the ignorance of the general public to blindly trust in their so-called leadership, trusting that the decisions made about who stays and who goes is done in the name of DPS's core values. I am here to tell you that it is not. Where is the integrity? Do you really know about the bureaucracy that has infected the public school system? Principals don't want you to see their preferential treatment and favoritism, ousting those who question their morality or support people who do, to fill those positions with their friends or unsuspecting people from other states. Tell me, is this an example of students first? When a child is relentlessly bullying other students, physically, sexually harassing them, and the administration does nothing but move him to another room? To this day, nothing has been done, and this poor child is without the proper support to deal with his violent tendencies. What does that teach the other students who have to face him on the playground? I was reprimanded when I told this child that I was done. He knew darn well what I meant. I was done with him not learning and taking the opportunity of learning from the other students. He knew I wanted him to get help. He knows I still worry and care about him. Do they? Do they think about his future? The actions made were not in his favor or the favor of the community where this child is growing up. This affects us all who live among the children who fall through the cracks and end up making poor choices, making Denver a sometimes unsafe place to live. Crime is no stranger to Denver, and it is my job to identify and support those children who struggle and guide them to be the best adults they can for themselves and the community. I cannot do this alone, but when I reflected and realized my limitations with this child and asked for help, those with power to enforce internal supports failed. How is it best for students when on the eve of graduation day, the 5th graders are verbally assaulted, lumped into a group of failing statistics, and told that they will not succeed by their own principal? Our community needs to know about these incidents and be outraged. They are just a couple of examples of what is being allowed to happen. Our community needs to know that principals are given the power to destroy careers based on whim and not due process. Where is their accountability? These people are having lunch with politicians that fill their pockets with special interest money. Meanwhile, we, the teachers, the parents, are working sun up to sundown, tirelessly planning, researching, and collaborating with each other to best meet the needs of all of your children. I was lied to. I was told I would be supported. I sought out my own support, collaborating with my fellow teachers and with parents to improve and best serve my students. There was nothing I could do to make that woman like me after I disagreed with her. I am not a yes man. I can appreciate constructive feedback and tend to ask questions where I do not see clear connections or disagree, and can see now that is not what the principal wanted. I am here to tell you that I'm not a perfect teacher, and I am working towards the many ways I want to improve. But for the love of God, I deserve a fighting chance to grow past a mere 4 years. This do-not-rehire blacklisting needs to go. Parents, guardians, voting public, I know you are all hardworking and overwhelmed in this busy world, where the last DPS core value also tends to get lost. Fun. Yeah, that's ironic. This whole mess is not fun. Getting involved requires time and effort, and we need your help. If you are not already, please get involved with your schools and get to know your teachers. The good ones will want you to. So we can continue doing what we do to serve, educate, and inform our community. Together, we can eradicate the recklessness of power-hungry principals who destroy lives for reasons unknown. They need to be held accountable too. It is up to us, a united community, una comunidad unida, to be the voice of what's right for our children's future. Queremos justicia.